Today on Train for Life, I'm going to show you how to have a good morning. Hi, I'm Jeff McDaniel, and yes, it's a good day for a good day, and I'm going to make it one by introducing you to the good morning exercise. This is a fantastic way to start your day and make it a good morning. So for this, you want some type of weight. This could be a dumbbell, kettlebell, and really something kind of a moderate to heavy weight will actually do great. I'll show this with just body weight only, but I think you'll see having a moderately heavy weight kind of has its advantages. I'm going to position this behind my back, and even before I do anything, look at what's happening. This kind of pre-stretches my shoulders and pulls it back into position. If you think about the classic hunchback syndrome, this fixes that by pulling your shoulders back into position. It fixes a lot of postural issues, and this in itself can be a great stretch and a little bit of a de-stressor after work or after just sitting for a prolonged period of time. Now from here, we're going to get into the actual good morning movement and start with having the knees flex. Soft knees, don't lock them out, and that's going to allow you to push your hips back and get into this kind of classic waiter's bow position and then stand through the heels. You're hinging at the hips and really keeping the weight back behind you kind of autocorrects your form. It forces you into a perfect flat back position. You want to kind of make this tabletop at the bottom, stand through it, inhale down, and then exhale up. Now, a couple things about this. What are we doing? We're getting so many good things happening from this. Number one, hip mobility. How many times people they bend over and they injure themselves? The fastest way to herniated disc or bulging disc is to have repeated flexion of your lower back. This forces you and trains you into flawless mechanics in hinging, bending, picking things up. And you're always maintaining that nice tabletop position. The other thing this is doing is improving hamstring flexibility. We sit, these get short. This lengthens out your hamstrings. It improves joint mobility in the hip capsule. And again, like I said, it trains perfect position, perfect posture in the hip hinge. A couple of things you can do with this. And especially like you're doing this in the morning or maybe as a warm-up for your workout, I can perform a good morning and then stand and start to do some neck nods, chin to the chest, chin to the sky. I can also sweep the chin side to side. If you got one side that's a little tighter than the other, add some circles back and forth and flow back and forth between essentially getting a nice low back release and a neck release. And again, I like to do this for 1 to 2 minutes at a time. It's a great warm-up movement prep, especially if you like getting into a workout, doing deadlifts or things like that. What is a deadlift? We're hinging at the hips. This becomes the perfect kind of a warm-up / movement prep for your deadlift workout. Now, if you don't have access to a kettlebell, you can easily do this with a dumbbell and just hold it behind you in a similar fashion. You can either hold it horizontally, or my preference is actually vertically. This feels more like the kettlebell, and go through that very same sequence that I just showed. And if you don't have access to any weight, no problem. You can easily do this with just body weight. Interlock your fingers back behind you and flow for time. And the only thing the weight does is just enhance the stretch of your shoulders, but you can get the similar benefits from it. And in particular, you can kind of emphasize the things you want. Maybe you want to put more of an emphasis on neck mobility and do more reps of that. Maybe you want to have more of a hip mobility emphasis, or you're emphasizing a low back stretch. So many good things that you can do and pepper it throughout the day. But there is a reason it's called the good morning. And there's two things I do every single morning. One is this exercise, and the second is my good morning verse. And that is Psalms 5:3, which says, "In the morning, O Lord, you will hear my voice. In the morning, O Lord, I will order my prayer and eagerly watch." It is incredible to think that you and I have access to the Father by the Son through the power of the Holy Spirit, and to think that we can start our day, our morning, by sending up our prayers, our petitions, our requests to the God of the universe. Wow. You want to start your day off right? Start your day like that and see if you don't have a good morning. And I'll see you next time on Train for Life.